yourself started. So this is going to be a very low-key kind of class today. Really just focusing on some nice, really good stretches. So that's the use of the strap. We'll stretch up the hamstrings, the hips, and we'll get into the shoulders as well. So if you're looking for, like, you want a little oomph in your practice today, there will be probably a little bit of opportunity if you want to throw in a downward facing dog or throw in a vinyasa, but honestly, this is not what this class is about today. And like I said, it's very low key. So we're going to start on our backs. So go ahead and lay back on your back. And you will want your strap just close by so you don't have to get up and get it. So as you're laying back on your back, always want to just tune in to the breath as we start. A little tongue-tied there. As we start our practice, I guess I should take off my sweater. And letting your eyes close. And letting the mind and the body begin to prepare. That's the reason why we do these intentional starts of our class. It's to prep. It's to prep the mind, to prep the body, and put us in that state for our class. So we can stay present. We can listen to the body. We can honor our bodies at all times. So we're letting go of any and all feelings of competition or judgments or expectations. We will start with a little bit of breath work, and we are going to do 3-part breath. So that is where your inhale is done in 3 stages. Right, we're going to start at the belly, we go to the midsection, we go into the upper chest, and then we exhale it all out in one long exhale. So being really mindful as you begin that you're not taking a deep breath to start. It's really a small breath into the belly. You continue that breath and you continue the breath up in the upper chest, and then we'll exhale it all out. So go ahead and take a deep inhale through your nose. Exhale it out your mouth, just let it go. And then you're going to inhale in the belly. Pause. Inhale into your ribs. Pause. Inhale into your chest. Pause. And then exhale it all out. And repeat. Inhale. 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 Exhale. And you are exhaling out through the nose. And again, adding that slight pause between your inhales and that slight pause before you exhale, making sure all the breath is out. Just keep going a few more times. Take one more round. once you finish your last long exhale, you're going to let your breath return to its natural rhythm. And just observe. So you're not looking to change anything, or you're not looking to think, oh, well, I should feel something different. No, observation is just that. You're just observing. But you might notice the breath feels a little bit clearer or fuller. The mind feels also clearer, more relaxed or focused. So there's nothing wrong if you don't notice these things. It doesn't mean you did anything wrong. Observation is observation. So observing would be also, oh, I don't feel a change. But that's your observation. And from here, we're going to inhale the arms up. We'll stretch out the legs. Reach out, stretch out, and exhale, pull your left knee in. Keep your right leg long on the mat. And as you're pulling your left knee in, you want to flex your left foot. And then you're going to flex your right foot. Keep your left foot flexed and just point and flex your right foot a few times. And one more time, you're going to keep it flexed. With your next inhale, you're going to release this. Left leg extends, arms will reach up. Exhale, pull your right knee in. Put a good squeeze into your chest. And then flex your right foot. Flex your left. Keep your right foot flexed. And point and flex your left foot. A couple more times. And the next time you're going to flex it, you're going to hold it. Release on your inhale, stretch that all out. Exhale, pull both knees in. Squeeze your knees as close as you can to the chest and maybe rock a little bit side to side. And you're going to let your knees just stay into the chest. Extend your arms out. We're adding a twist. Drop over to your left side. Turn your head to the right. And feel what you feel. So if you're feeling stiff, you're feeling stiff. Hopefully by the end of the class, and we do this twist again at the end, you won't be feeling stiff. But you're just, again, it's that observation. You're just being present with how you feel. You're not trying to change anything or make it different. Just acknowledge it and accept it for what it is. Inhale. Let's come back up. And exhale, taking our twist to the other side as we look over the left shoulder. And just relax. Feel what's going on. Notice if one side feels more responsive than the other side. So we always have one side that's more flexible, stronger, and we notice these things, especially when we're twisting. You might feel a difference in your shoulder or your lower back. Even your outer hip might be feeling different. Inhale, let's come back up. And we're going to exhale to bring the feet down. Just let your arms stay out wide. Place your feet as you're setting up for bridge. So just walk your feet in. And we're going to take some flowing bridges, keeping the arms out wide. We're going to inhale, lift up. And exhale to come down. Establish your rhythm and establish your flow. And if your shoulders do feel really tight with the arms out wide like this, then move them. Move them so they're not so feeling not so tight, that you can actually relax into the upper body as you're just moving your hips up and down. And for that matter, if you want more opening into your chest and shoulders, you can do this with the arms overhead. But this might feel a little bit too much in the beginning. even bending the elbows. So you're like goalpost arms. So we're going to take just about 3 more times of our flow here. And then once you're done with that last one, you're going to draw the knees up and just come into just a very easy, happy baby for you. So if that means just the soles of the feet come together and just gently draw the feet towards you, that's awesome. And if you feel that the soles of the feet are more appropriate for you and feel better for you, then that is awesome. So do what feels right. Releasing this and the feet onto the mat. So let's get a little bit more into the hips and move into figure 4. We'll cross the right ankle over the left knee, keeping the right foot flexed. Staying here as always is your option, or pulling the left leg up. The hands, or maybe your strap, would go behind the left thigh. Easing into the stretch of your hip and relax into your lower back, and also noticing your upper back, like noticing your shoulders, where just feeling how the upper back rests into the mat. Feeling the back of your neck also is important, to feel that length into the back of the neck. And if your neck is feeling a little cranky, you can always place a thin pillow or a blanket underneath your head. Just relaxing into this. So every exhale, feeling as if we're just going that little step deeper into the stretch. When we come to our next exhale, we're going to go ahead and release the left leg if that was lifted up. Stay with your figure 4. Drop over to your left side, land on the sole of your right foot. Extend the right arm out again into our kind of twist here. And having your option of either keeping the right knee towards the ceiling or letting the leg fall into a deeper twist. Up to you. What does your body need? Where do you feel the stretch? And where do you feel it needs to stretch? When we listen, that means we're not doing everything by rote. Like, it's very easy to do the same routine and we don't think about it because, hey, this is the way I do this all the time. And your mind can go somewhere else and you're not really thinking about it. And when you stay present, it gives you the opportunity to do something that might be a little bit different, because your body may be saying, hey, if you do this, I feel this here, right? So if I have my knee up, for me, I'm feeling this more through the hip flexor, outer hip right over here, not so much of a twist in the back as I would feel here, right, when I'm twisted all the way. We're going to take our next inhale to come out of this as we lift up, and we'll release the right foot and adjust your back, because it probably shifted a little bit, and take our figure 4 on the other side. So taking the same approach, you're going to move into it in the way that feels best for you on this side. Like a little motion when I do these figure 4s. I think it feels really good. Not as much of a big sway side to side as I would do with both knees to the chest, but a little less rocky, a little really mild side to side, and it helps me to open the hip. Actually, it feels good on the back, of course, but it actually, that movement and that gentle pressure, like that massage, goes into my left hip, and it feels just that little bit more release. So that's other things that when we listen to the body that we'll discover. We don't ever want to stay in a posture and never move in it, because we need to fix and adjust, and it's really important. With our exhale, we're going to go ahead and release that, keeping the figure 4 position and dropping over to the right side. So start just landing on the sole of the foot and extend the left arm out, and then make your decision. Is this where I need to be with the knee up, or do I need to drop this more into a twist? Give yourself a chance to explore. Give your body a chance to feel something a little bit different. Inhaling, we'll come back up. We'll release both feet to the mat. Arms are going to go out wide. Adjust your feet towards your sit bones. We're going to take 5 flowing bridges. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, come down. Let's go 4 more times. Last one, we'll release. Knees will come up into the chest. Again, we're going to find a happy baby. So maybe it's the same way you did it before. Maybe you want to do it a little bit differently this time. With your next exhale, go ahead and release. Feet to the mat. So now let's take our strap. And we're going to take the strap to the right foot. So for me, I like to loop my strap. That's just a preference, but you don't have to. You can just do it this way. But I do like to use the loop. And the strap is right at the ball of the foot. So when it's at the ball of the foot, it gives us the opportunity to really utilize the push-up of the heel and pulling, just, I don't mean pull, but you're just drawing the toes towards you. So this could be done with a bent leg. This really all depends on your hamstring. This could be done with a straight leg, because again, it's just going to depend on your hamstring. So for right now, we're going to stay with the left foot on the mat, just as it is. And we're going to take our focus and attention right into the hamstrings of the right leg. So maybe you feel them shake. Maybe you feel them resisting the stretch. Maybe you have enough flexibility in your hamstring that this isn't really doing much to have it straight up. That would be a case where you would draw the leg then closer towards you. So you want to get the sensation without pain. You just want to feel the sensation. We're going to take the strap into the right hand, and the left arm could just reach out to the left. Again, we're keeping the left foot on the mat, so if you know where we're going, this is going to be a modified extended hand and foot. So don't feel you have to extend the left leg right now because we are going to do that in a moment. So let's just start with the left leg, left foot on the mat. Take the strap to the right hand, left arm out. And with your exhale, you want to turn the leg slightly out from the hip and then start to drop it out. Now when we have the left foot on the mat as this is, the left hip will ride up, and that's okay for this. With the left foot on the mat, that is okay. So you're probably leaning a little bit more into your right side. You could look over your left shoulder. Excuse me. Keep flexing your right foot. That's very important. Even though we have the strap, we still want to flex. Now let's inhale, bring the leg up, and extend the left leg. Flex your left foot. So if you begin to extend the leg and suddenly like your right leg really starts to quiver and it's buckling and you gotta like move it this way, you might feel better to just keep the left foot on the mat. It does add quite a strain when the left leg is extended. But if your left leg is extended, again, you can keep the bend into the knee. We're still flexing the foot. If you're feeling that flexibility and you want to feel more sensation, but you don't want to overdo it because we are still warming up the muscles. So don't overtax the hamstrings. There's nothing worse than a pulled hamstring. You want to draw the leg a little bit closer towards the chest if that's comfortable. If this pulls too much, you go, ow! Don't do it. Again, the strap's going to go into the right hand. Left arm's going to reach out to the left. We're going to take an inhale. We turn the leg slightly out of the hip before dropping it. We're just turning it to the right. And then exhale and begin to drop it. So now we do want to anchor the left side. If your left leg is extended, push out through the left heel, and we're bringing the left side, really stay grounded into the mat. If this is too much and you prefer the left foot on the mat, go ahead, and then maybe think about like doing that same action then the second time, even if your left foot is on the mat, that you're still kind of drawing your left hip point, anchor the back side of your pelvis, think of it that way, anchoring down into the mat. Keep flexing your right foot, and this does not have to be done with a straight leg. This could be done with a bent leg. That is okay. With your next inhale, you're going to come up. And so we are going to add a nice twist into this. We're going to take the strap into the left hand and just slowly drop over to your left side. And the right arm will extend. Go as far as it feels good. Okay, so if this starts to pull just a little bit too much, don't take it all the way. And on a little side note, if you want to really feel sensation and not so much of a twist into the lower back, but you really want to get into what's going on in the outer leg and into the hamstring, you actually don't take the twist all the way. You go about 3/4 and you push out through the heel, and you're going to feel a huge sensation to the right side. If you want, I'm just saying. An option. Inhale, let's come all the way up. And exhale, let's release the strap and just pull the knee in. So now if your left foot was still on the mat, this might be a good time to extend the leg and push out through the left heel. Take an inhale, exhale, curl into your right knee. And release. Now let's take this whole little sequence to the other side. Grabbing your strap. So the right foot's going to stay on the mat. Left leg goes up. Getting the strap into the ball of the foot. pushing up with the heel, and just quiet your mind and feel what's going on. Where are you feeling it? How are you feeling it? What needs to change or adjust? Knee can stay bent as long as the sole of the foot is facing up. That's the important thing. So knee can stay bent, or you're straight up. Again, if you feel that flexibility is there and you want more sensation, the leg gets pulled closer towards you. We're moving really slow today. Sometimes it just feels fantastic to not rush and push. It's really what's so great about a yoga practice is you can adapt it and change it up and do what you like with it. So we're going to take the strap into the left hand, right arm will reach out to the right. So leg turns just a little bit to the left, and then we're going to drop it out. So this first time through, go ahead and just drop out, and it does not matter if your right butt kicks up off the mat. That's all right. Just keep pushing out through your left heel, maybe look over your right shoulder. We're going to inhale to come back up, and now we're going to straighten the right leg, and we'll push up through the right heel. As you straighten out, if that causes too much sensation that is really uncomfortable to your left hamstring, then just go ahead and bring your right foot back on the mat. If it pulls them enough but you feel like it's okay, like you want to actually work on getting that length, but it's not painful, then of course keep the leg straight. But keep your left leg bent if you need to. Same options. If you feel like you need more, you just draw it closer towards you. Keep your foot flexed. So the strap will go on the left hand again if you're using both hands right now. Make sure the strap's in the left hand. Right arm's out to the right. You're going to turn the leg slightly to the left. Take an inhale. Exhale. Let's drop it out to the left. And now we are going to anchor down the right side. Keep it down. Push out through your right heel. Turn to look over your right shoulder. You can keep your left knee bent. If this pulls too much on the hamstring and too much on the hip, just keep it bent. You just don't drop all the way out. That's all. You're going to your range of motion. With our next inhale, we're going to come up and we're going to add that twist or that partial twist. The right hand takes the strap, left arm goes out, and as you start to drop over, and you go to where you are comfortable to go, or you're going to go to where you feel you need a bit more challenge. I personally am going for that little bit more challenge, so I'm going that 3/4 way, and I'm going to push out through my left heel, and I'm going to increase the sensation I'm feeling to the outer leg and into the hamstring. Right in the back of the thighs, right there, and you can feel it. You can feel where it tightens up. Let's inhale to rise up. We'll go ahead and release the strap, pulling the left knee into the chest. Again, if you did have your right foot down, go ahead and straighten it and flex your foot. Take an inhale, exhale, curl up into your left knee. release your head. Pull your right knee back up. Hug the knees close in. Take an inhale. Exhale, curl up into your knees. Squeeze. Release your head. And we're going to come up to seated. So this would be an opportunity if you feel that you, oh, my hair got all goofy. If you feel that you want that little bit of energy burst and you want to throw in a down dog vinyasa, this would be a great opportunity to do that. And if you don't, like me, I do not feel like doing that today. I'm going to come right into seated. I'm going to settle into the sit bones. And if this is what you're doing, just settle into your sit bones while I pull my hair back again. And if you ran through a quick little vinyasa, come to seated. Adjust your sit bones, just simple cross-legged position. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, take a stretch over to your right side. Inhale, rise up, and exhale over to your left side. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, release. Bring your arms back. Clasp your hands or hands under the mat. Roll your shoulders back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Exhale, release. Bring your hands forward and walk forward and fold. Let your head drop. Inhale, rise up. So we're going to extend our left leg out. I'm sorry, I think I'm opposite you. So left leg out. I always forget that I'm opposite. Adjust your sit bones. Inhale, exhale, come forward. Inhale, rise up. Switch your legs. Flex your right foot. Inhale. Exhale, come forward. Inhale, come up. And then come into your simple seat. I should have said, think about how you sat the first time. So we tend to go habitual. That's a good indication. You're going to go the other way. Settle into your sit bones. Inhale, your arms up. Exhale, twist to your right. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, twist to your left. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, reach back. Clasp the hands or hands on the mat. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Exhale, release. This time, bring your hands forward. Clasp your hands. Push the palms away. Keep rooting down into your sit bones. Inhale straight up. And if this puts too much pressure on your shoulders, you're going to just release the hands and you're just going to keep pushing your palms up. You can even go out wider if you need to. Exhale and release. So let's roll the shoulders back a few times. And roll them forward a few times. Let your shoulders settle. Move your head in any natural way that feels good. And then bring your head up. So we're going to take the arms out wide, bring them forward, take the right over the left, crisscross at your elbows. We're coming into eagle arms. So you're either going to take hand shoulder, that's the most forgiving, or you would bring the back of the hands together like you're trying to get your forearms together, or of course you take, if you're familiar with it, of course, you're taking palm to palm. So the shoulders are relaxed. So whether you're here, 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 shoulders are down. And we squeeze the elbows. If you need a little bit more stretch, if you feel you need something just a little bit deeper, shoulders stay down, but the elbows start to float up. Breathe. So make sure you're keeping your belly in towards your spine. Tailbone is extending down to the mat. The crown of head's to the ceiling. We want to keep that belly lock engaged. So we're not collapsing our spines. I'm sure you're starting to feel it. And exhale. Release. Move around, move the arms, move out your shoulders. Then come to stillness. Let's take the other side. Inhale, reach arms out wide. Exhale, forward, crisscross this is my right? I don't know. I got myself all mixed up now. You just go opposite what you just did. And again, listen to your shoulders, because one side is always different than the other. So this would be your most forgiving. And then this starts to make it a little bit harder, and this makes it the hardest. Sometimes hardest doesn't make you a better yogi, right? Like, oh, I'm going to do the hardest one. If I can't do the hardest one, I'm not doing it right, or I'm not good enough, or that's not what it's about at all. Not at all. It's about you and what you need, right? So if this is me and this is you, we're probably both feeling this the same way. That's the important thing. So it's what you're feeling, not what you're doing, in a sense, in that way. I hope that made sense. So keep squeezing. Engage your core. So think of your belly lock. Belly's towards the spine, tailbones to the mat, crown of the head's to the ceiling. You want to feel like you're growing through the spine. And exhale. Release it out again, finding those movements. And you'll come to seated. So let's go ahead and switch out again. That was a long time sitting like that one, in that position. And we're going to do some seated cat-cows, and we're going to kind of rotate the spine a bit, and then we're going to do one more thing on the shoulders. So we're going to inhale as we push the chest forward into cow, and exhale to go around back into cat. So moving the pelvis, it's really what this is you're moving your pelvis, which is then moving the spine. So your pelvis is tilting forward, your pelvis is tilting back. Let's go, just a couple more times. And then you'll come up to neutral, and then we're going to go kind of like side to side. Don't go too far because you don't want to strain. And then just start to put this, we're not going to do the side to side that much. We're going to start to put this into putting the two of those together. So go side, forward, side, back. Side, forward, side, back. Let's go a couple more rotations. And then we're going to reverse it. center. And we're going to take our strap. So we're coming into cow face arms. So we'll take the strap into the right hand first. We'll do the side first. So the right arm is going to go up, and you're going to drop the arm back. So the elbow's pointing towards the ceiling as much as you comfortably can. Then reach your left arm back and find the strap. And now we want to work to get the left elbow to point down towards the mat. So we're going to walk our left hand up the back, looking for the right hand. The right hand walks down the back, looking for the left hand. But you're working the strap, right? If your hands touch and you can get fingertips to clasp, then super duper, kudos. And if you don't, super duper and kudos. Because what's important is that you're doing this. So if it means that you're this wide apart, or this wide apart, or you're here, or you're here. Again, it has to do with what you're feeling. It doesn't make you a better yogi if the arms or the hands are wide apart on the strap. What makes you a better yogi is that you're listening to what your body needs and what makes it feel better, what's going to stretch it without injury. So we're not going to hold very long, so this is a pretty intense one. Take an inhale. As we exhale, we're releasing the left hand first, and then the right. Stretch out, move around. Let's take the other side. Left arm up, drop it back, right arm reaches back, looks for the strap. So remember, we want the elbow facing as far up to the ceiling as we can. I mean, this is okay. This might be that range of motion that's good for you. Right, so just as long as we're working towards pointing it up and you're working towards pointing the right elbow down. And another really big change from side to side. Engage your core. Don't forget you're sitting up tall. We're not collapsing the back. Oh, excuse me. We're lengthening the crown of the head. Exhale, the right hand first, then the left. Move your strap out of the way, shake it out, move it around. All right, it is almost 6:15. So we're going to come back onto our backs, and again, this is your practice. If you want to do things a little bit longer than what I give you, that 45 minutes, hey, throw in a vinyasa, do something that you need to do. But closing out, we're going to get back onto our backs. We're going to pull the knees in and bring the feet down. Come up into bridge. So this bridge will have the hands to start alongside the body. And we're only going to stay about 5 breaths. Inhale, lifting the hips up. And exhale, as your hips come down, knees will come back up. Arms will go out to a T, drop to your left side. So now, right, so we did this at the very, very beginning of class. So this should feel completely different. Relax. Inhale, bring your knees up, and exhale over to the left. I'm sorry, to the right. Look over to your left and relax. Inhale, come back up, letting your feet come to the mat. And let either your knees fall together or your knees out wide, or let your legs straighten out. We're going to just take about a minute to completely let go. If you feel you want to, like a little bit more opening in the body, the legs would go out a little bit wider, the arms would go out wider, maybe like a star, you'd be like in a V shape with the arms, or a Y shape. If you want more traditional Shavasana, of course, take more traditional. Come to our next inhale, we're going to stretch it out. Knees will pull in. You can rock side to side if you want. You can roll up and down the length of the spine if you'd like. You can just roll to one side. You can stay longer if you prefer in Shavasana. But if you're ready to close out with me, you'll come to seated. And in closing practice, inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Thank you as always for joining me. And until next time, namaste.